Okay, so today has been weird for me. I didn't want to record this morning because I didn't know when I'd have to update my phone and computer and all that. And I can't very well film on my Kindle. I could, but I'm not going to. It would just be a mess, a hassle. It would be horrible for me to have to do, and I'm not gonna do that. But I didn't think I was gonna be able to record much this morning because I didn't know when I had to leave, when I had to go do this, this, and this. And on top of the fact that I have to take new heart medicine now, and I started that today. I was kind of anxious. I didn't want to start recording and something happen, or me have to leave or something. I didn't want to be in the middle of making a video and have to go. So I guess this video is going to be excuses why I didn't record at first. And then on to the randomness that is me. Okay, I don't know why, but Harry Potter's in my head. So I'm going to talk about that today. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be fun, but it's not going to be good fun. Like the fun you people want. I want to take the Sorting Hat quiz on camera, but I don't want house shaming to be a thing, because my sister's a Hufflepuff, Mackenzie's a Ravenclaw, two of my good friends are Slytherin, and I'm a Gryffindor. If you can't tell by the channel art that I'm a Gryffindor. But I strongly support house unity in a number of ways, and it's okay, I just want to remind people that the houses that you're in, their main traits do not define who you are. Loyalty, Gryffindor's supposed to be loyal, right? Peter Pettigrew was anything but. Slytherins are supposed to be cunning and clever and wise and all-knowing. Horace Slughorn was not. Hufflepuffs are supposed to be kind of the outcasts, the ones that don't really belong in Hogwarts, or they don't really fit in anywhere else. Nymphadora Tonks, yes, she was a, oh my lord, I can't remember the word, but you know what I mean. She could change her appearance at will. But that just made her all the more there to fit in, you know? She did fit in better than most. And thirdly, all Ravenclaws are supposed to be bookish and just very knowing what they're getting themselves into, knowing, like, they're there, they're paying attention. Luna Lovegood daydreamed, walked in her sleep, and all this extraordinary stuff. Luna Lovegood is by far one of the most quirky characters in any book I've ever read. She is the most quirky, and the character that actually kind of reminds me of my sister in a way, because Chrissy's a quirky little, you don't know what to make of her. She's quirky, she's artistic, and very well versed, very well versed in what she thinks is right, or what she believes in. She's very well versed in it. And I'm gonna tell you now, yes, if I hear one more, or read one more thing about Teddy Lupin growing up to be a Hufflepuff or a Slytherin or whatever, I want to punch you people in the face sometimes. I want to punch people who make fan theories in the face sometimes. Not because they're wrong on some counts. Not because they're necessarily wrong. Just because I did not want to feel this emotion about this character, thank you. I did not want to feel this emotion about this character in this moment. Because I read all these fan theories about Remus Lupin, and they make me want to cry, all of them. There's one that I see on Tumblr all the time. I mean all the time. Almost every time I get on Tumblr. It's Teddy Lupin, or no, not Teddy, Remus. Remus being locked up in the attic, or in his room, the first full moon, and hearing his mother sobbing in the other room and not being able to do a thing about it. He was a toddler when he was bitten. Or so we've come to accept that he was a toddler when he was bitten. I don't want to feel those emotions, thank you. I don't want to cry my eyes out thinking about Remus Lupin today. And don't even get me started on the Sirius Black fan theories. There's this one that I saw recently that was, Sirius, or his mother used unforgivable curses on him, and this is what James' mother would do when she finds this out. And she's going off on Sirius's mother, like, I know an unforgivable curse when I see one. This boy is not, no, he's my son now. And that one kinda, I wanted to curl up into a ball and cry for the next 6 hours after I read it. And then there's this one that I saw recently, or one of my friends tagged me in recently, that when Harry first goes to the Burrow, and when he's 12, right? Up until he's 12 years old, he doesn't know how a real family treats each other. Like, he doesn't know. Harry wasn't shown affection at the Dursleys' house. He was not. He wasn't shown affection by any of the three. The only person in his 11-year-old life, or 10-year-old life, until he was 11, that shown him affection was Mrs. Fig. And a couple of teachers from his school. It says that in the first book, in like one of the first 2 chapters. That his teachers took pity on him and asked him if he was okay, if he was being mistreated. And that Mrs. Fig, he didn't like going to Mrs. Fig's house, but he liked it better than being with the Dursleys. And I'm sitting here, and I keep reading it, and it says, Molly hugging his neck, he was taken aback, like, is this supposed to happen? And then him, Fred and George greeting him and treating him with affection, and Percy even acknowledging him, treating him with respect, and even Arthur. When Arthur finds him at the table, Harry's like fully expectant for Arthur to explode in a fit of rage, because that's what Vernon would do if there was an uninvited guest in the house. Or there was an unexpected guest in the house. He would explode, right? But Arthur's just like, who are you? Just looks at Harry, who are you? And I'm just sitting here, when I read that part of the book, that makes me happy. But that part of the fan theory makes me happy, that the Weasleys were the first real family Harry knew. And it's not wrong at all. And, I mean, the first person in the wizarding world to show Harry affection was Hagrid. Hagrid and Mrs. Fig were two of the first people to ever show Harry affection. From his 1-year-old life and up. I'm sure that Sirius, James, Lily, and Remus, and Peter were all huddled around Harry all the time, loving on him, giving him their affection, all that. I'm positive of that. I know that for a fact. And then there's this theory that during Prisoner of Azkaban, that, Remus actually wakes up when they enter the compartment, but he just doesn't move. He doesn't open his eyes because he knows if he looks, he's gonna see James Potter with Lily's eyes sitting across from him, or next to him. And this is what kills me about this theory, is that it's probably accurate. That he knows that he's unknowingly in the room with one of his best friend's son, and the man who ratted that friend out. Unknowingly sat in that compartment with Peter Pettigrew. And Peter Pettigrew knew. He knew Harry was there. And he knew Remus was there. That's why he got scared when Malfoy came in. Because he thought it was going to wake Remus, and Remus would recognize him. That's why he bit Ron. Or bit Crabbe, or whatever. Or wait, no, that was the first book. What did he do? He just got really scared when they came in. Like, he squirmed around in Ron's pocket or whatever. He was uneasy. And the whole time, everybody's thinking, oh, it's just a cat, it's just a cat. He's just scared of the cat. No. Peter knew that if Remus woke up and saw him, he would recognize him. And he would know that Sirius was innocent. And that was the whole charade, was Peter even being there was like, no. And there's this one that kills me about Hermione, when she obliviates her parents. Okay, that is the most... Okay, yes. The only more gut-wrenching scene in Harry Potter, to me, than Hermione obliviating her parents, was Sirius's death. When Remus had to hold Harry back, knowing... Remus had to hold Harry back. No. Remus was holding himself and Harry back. Honest to God, I believe that. I believe that if Remus had let go of Harry, Remus would have been at Sirius's side first. And no, that's not because of the whole werewolves are faster thing. No. That's because that was his last best friend left. That was his last support system. That was his last leg to stand on from his childhood. Anyway, I mean, yeah, he had Tonks, but not then. And I just realized just now. But anyway, Hermione, when she obliviates her parents. That scene in the books and in the movies. In the movies especially, I cry. Like, I cannot watch it. Because Emma Watson, it's so good. She did it so well. But, I cannot watch. I can't watch that. I can't. It's gut-wrenching. And so Sirius's death scene. And the top 3 most gut-wrenching scenes in Harry Potter were Sirius's death, Hermione obliviating her parents, and the death of Fred Weasley. When Percy realizes that if Fred hadn't been talking to him, that he would have lived. Now, I'm of a mind that it should have been Percy that died, not Fred. Yes, Molly would still be heartbroken. Yes, Arthur would still be heartbroken. But not as badly as it is when Fred dies. Because they still have George. The living identical. The only difference between Fred and George at that point was the ear. And that's the only reason we know. And there's this one theory. It's not a theory. It's solid fact. Oliver and James Phelps will tell you it. Will tell it to you. If you ever get to speak with them or meet them, they'll tell you that in the movie, when Harry makes his resurrection, well, technically he did resurrect. Well, technically he never died. Just part of Voldemort's soul died in him, and he... Anyway, when that happens, we see George turn slightly with a smile on his face, and then all of a sudden, his face falls. He was turning to tell Fred, to cheer with Fred. He was turning to grab a hold of his brother and start cheering because Harry was alive. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna cry. Okay? Okay, there are only 2 death scenes in Harry Potter that make me cry. That's Hedwig and Fred. I'm sitting here talking about Fred's... Okay, my friend, one of my Slytherin friends, to get back at me if I say something stupid, is she reads this post. What walks on 4 legs, or 8 legs, till it's 3, then walks on 4, till it's 21, and then walks on 4, and when it's 21, it walks on 2. George Weasley. I cry. And I think I just realized why I decided on Harry Potter today. It's September. As I'm filming this, it is September 19th. It's Hermione Granger's birthday. And that's what I did for Halloween. I cosplayed Hermione last year. And this year, I'm going with a Disney theme. This year, see how long this is? Take a guess at which Disney princess I'm going to be for Halloween.